Welcome to the Penn State Horticultural Research Farm. My name is Francesco Di Gioia. I am Assistant Professor of Vegetable Crop Science in the Department of Plant Science and the College of Ag. And today I'm going to show you what we are doing here in terms of research on CBD hemp. So hemp that is used to produce cannabinoids that are used like in the pharmaceutical industry. So this is one of our sites. To be able to grow hemp, we have a permit from Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture, and this is actually a project that was funded through the PDA, Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture Specialty Crop Grant program. And what we have here is two different types of hemp, CBD hemp. Both are for the production of CBD oil, but one is done with particular varieties that are not sensitive to the length of the day, so they are not photoperiod sensitive. And on this side, we have varieties that we are testing that instead have they are sensitive to photoperiod. Those are two separate fields because of the biomass that they produce is different. We manage them differently. So these are produced with a raised bed, mulched system with drip irrigation. And on the other side, we have autoflowers varieties, so non-photoperiod sensitive varieties that are raised without any bed, without any mulch. Usually those are direct seeded. And what I will show later is because sometimes direct seeding is challenging, we don't have a good germination, we are also testing an alternative system that allows us to plant those effectively. So that's what we are going to show later. And we are looking at up to 13 different varieties of hemp, CBD hemp, and we are looking at how they grow. So looking at agronomical aspect here, and I'm focusing on the nutrient management with Crystal Snyder. We are gonna do more experiment on the response of hemp plants to nitrogen and to other nutrients. And as you can see, those are pretty bushy plant. This is like plants with an optimal growth. We have some of the varieties that are being tested that were planted just a week ago. And those were coming from root cuttings. And then we have some more that we still gonna plant. And we got the seeds of those. So you can see a little bit the field over here. There is a lot to learn about those crops. We don't know a lot about the genetics of the plants. And there's a lot of interest from the hemp CBD oil industry. See, those plants require a lot of potassium, and they are receiving enough water, but they still have this habit, this grow habit, where the leaves are a little bit like rolling. So we are trying to understand if we can address that with the fertigation, with injection of potassium fertilizer. So beside those symptoms here on those leaves, we don't see much of an issue right now with other diseases. We are using rockwool cubes, and like these are ready to plant right now. This is the rooting system. So, and this is a variety that was propagated by seed. Now, the reason we choose to have the rockwool cube is because if we use a different media, there is an issue with the roots that start circulating. So this is another system. It's called Helipot that we are testing. There's a company that is collaborating for this project and that provided us these trays. And these are called air pruning trays, and what they have a particular shape so that the root grow in a just along the length of the cell here, and then there is a hole that basically prunes the root because there is air, so they don't go beyond that point, and that helps when we are planting them. So we are testing this system for this type of CBD amp. Here, what we see is this is the another field of CBD amp where we are testing autoflower variety, and we are testing them direct seeded. So you see in this plot, for example, or in the plot next there, that those were direct seeded, and then here on this side instead we have the same variety that was instead planted. So what we are doing here is to do a comparison between 6 different genotypes of what has been direct seeded versus planted. And here you can see this helipod system that we use for the planting. And the reason we want to do that is because the value of the seed, the single seed of hemp is really high. It may cost like over $1 per seed. So if we are direct seeding, it's a big investment, and we want to make sure that every seed is germinating. And so what we want is to see if using this system here, we can have a, like a pretty good alternative. This may be expensive as well because it's the cost of the seeds plus the cost of the trays and the helipod system. But this allows us that to have a uniform field. And also one of the issue that we have here when we direct seed is the competition of the weeds. Hemp doesn't have there's no herbicide that is registered for hemp production, and so you have to do hand weeding or you have to have a machine to do the weeding. And so to have the seedling like at this stage planted, it gives a lot of advantage to the crop toward versus the weeds. So that's what we are testing here, and we are trying to assist with this project the growers that in Pennsylvania are investing on this crop, trying to provide them as much information possibly on what are the best varieties and also what are the best management practices for those crops. Again, because we want to have a good use of resources, maximize the yield and the quality, make sure also that these varieties that we are testing do not accumulate a lot of THC, which is like the compound that we don't want in those plants. Um, and it's really an interesting project, and we hope that we'll continue with this work in the future. This is just the first year.